Growing up in the 1960s and the 70s, I used to fish here with a bamboo cane for sticklebacks. I've been here over the years from time to time, and it's now very overgrown. It used to be totally clear, and although I've seen newts and frog tadpoles, which is fantastic, I didn't see any sticklebacks. However, the last time I was over here, what did I see? A couple of sticklebacks. So I decided to come back. Where is it? There it is. Decided to come back with my mini rod and reel setup and have a go for the stickleback. Good news, although there's not much open water to fish, I have actually spotted some sticklebacks in with the tadpoles. So I'm going to cast out right now. As you can see, I'm back from the water's edge. It's very clear. I'm watching the maggot travel through the water levels there. But as you can see, I'm well back from the water's edge. It doesn't matter. Oh, there's one going. Oh, it doesn't matter whether you're fishing in the sea or on this tiny little pond for one of our mini species. It's all about watercraft, and I'll tell you what, it's all about fun as well. And I've got sticklebacks immediately going for the bait. Yeah. Yeah, it did come off. I didn't actually hook it, by the way, but it lunged at the maggot and held on dearly, and I think that's going to be probably the way that I'm going to catch these fish today. There it is. Absolutely fantastic. That fish has now gone back. There's the float. It's actually one of a number that my wife made me. I did a video some years ago now, and I think I'll include that video in the blog entry that accompanies this particular video, if you get my drift. I've got a hook length, if you can call it that, a line from the bottom of the float of about 6 inches. And I've got a size 18 hook and a small maggot. I'll probably go for a smaller bait and definitely a smaller hook, but I'll tell you what, they do hang on. And there's one thing for sure that you can say with confidence: these fish have not been caught before. This is great fun indeed. And another one bites the dust. As you can see as well, I'm just in my lounging around clothes. It's a beautiful day and I'm catching fish. This one, I've caught about 5 or 6 so far in quick succession. This one has actually taken the hook. And likewise, this particular fish, the biggest one of the session so far, although I won't necessarily be getting the scales out. It's a lovely specimen of a stickleback there, isn't it? There's another one. Some of them come off outside of the water. I have to hold them very carefully there. It's quite sunny as well. It's very bright. Hopefully you can see that there on the screen. And as you've seen as well, it's a great pond for nature in general. Lots of insects above the surface of the water, and water snails and tadpoles beneath it. I'm getting an interest every single cast. I've caught a lot of sticklebacks so far, and I'm absolutely sure that some of them are repeat captures. Excellent. Oh, that one came off just as I was about to show you on the camera. Even the float, when the bait's going down, even the float's disappearing and going off on a run, like it did on that particular occasion. And again, as you can see, I think I can't see because of the sun, but the hook has been taken nice and cleanly there by the fish. That was really interesting because the competition for that single maggot is so intense that I had two sticklebacks on at the same time. Both were hanging on to the maggot itself, neither connected with the hook. I lifted them from the water, and for a brief couple of seconds maybe, they were hanging there together until they both then dropped back into the water itself. I often talk about travelling light. Well, this is as light as it gets. Got my bag there. I've got a pair of scissors, my glasses, always carry those, disgorgers, just in case I need one. Always take a disgorger. Selection of floats there. Packet of hooks, size 18. I've got some silicone tube for the floats. Got my rod license in there. I am fishing after all. Bottle of water, it is a scorcher of a day. And then last but not least, the maggots. And it is so hot that some of them have turned to casters already. The competition that's going on beneath the surface of the water is so intense that as soon as the bait hits the water itself, the sticklebacks are onto it, and because there's a mob of them underneath there, they're extremely competitive, and I'm getting a fish every single cast. Some are coming off as I lift from the water. Others, as you can see there, actually are being hooked in an orthodox manner. I absolutely enjoyed that immensely. I had in excess of 200 fish, lost count, but in excess of 200 fish in about 1 hour. They were going wild as soon as the maggot hit the water. In fact, there were many repeat captures. On one occasion, I noticed the same fish 3 times in succession get caught. I would return it, and as soon as the maggot hit the water, it was on the hook again. Brilliant. Whatever sort of fishing we do, whether it's chucking a 5-ounce lead into the ocean, or like I am today, the other end of the scale as far as finesse is concerned, it's all about enjoyment. I'm not going to name the place where I'm at, but do some legwork. Wherever you live, there will be ponds, ditches, streams, even the margins of big lakes where you can find sticklebacks. And I'll tell you what, great fun. Enjoy. Tight lines.